know what the crazy thing about this show is? I'm not the only Rufat here. How wild is that? There's another Rufat in this room tonight. Some of you have never been in a room with one Rufat. There are two Rufats in this room, and I know him. He emailed me. He wrote me that because that's how Rufats communicate. We're emailing. We have avoidance issues. We don't need to be, called. No, I'll send you an email, Rufat. And he was like, he hit me up. He's like, yo, I've been a bad Rufat this year. So I bought tickets to your special. And it's crazy because it's like, I'm the bad Rufat. He's a successful lawyer for home box office. Oh, Max, that's the... But home box office, he's a successful... I've never been to not one of this motherfucker's trials. None of his hearings. No litigations. I don't know about any of your work. Yet you bought the tickets to see me, the bad Rufat. You got a law, I don't have a law degree. 2.3 in sociology. At Florida, it took me 5 years at Florida State. That's a football player major. Do you get what I'm saying? That's like, I had offensive linemen in my class. Their heart can't sustain their body. The thoughts, like their heart is too small for their body. So like they're not even having any thoughts. And they're like, I do sociology. I push and then I socialize. I'm the bad Rufat. Thanks for supporting Rufat tonight, man. I'm motivated. I really am motivated. And what a silly thing to say at a time like this. I'm motivated. What? The world is a terrible place. Remember when we were all motivated? Do you all remember? When we were sperm? How fucking motivated we were in there? We didn't need no Adderall, no alarm clocks. We were just fucking going. We didn't care about who was around us. Get the fuck off me. Don't tread on me. Fuck off me. We had that fucking tail wagging. Because what we were really doing, if you think about it, what we were doing in there, we were storming the egg. Like it was the Capitol, right? I feel like that's the way that I got into my mom's, just Pelosi, open up. That's us. Because when we were sperm, we were all Republicans. Yeah, we were all white. And we were pro-life. That's how you start a show. You get everybody together around their whiteness. You get everybody together around a common cause. That's what 2025 is going to be from now on. It's like, no, I'm white. I think I'm white, man. I'm definitely white. I'm white, but I'm Caucasian. I'm from Caucasia. A lot of people don't know that that's, a place. I'm the real thing. Like some people would think you're in America, you're an American Caucasian, but I'm built differently than you. I'm different. You see the side profile of that nose? That's made from mountainous regions. The Caucasus Mountains. It takes in air and it cuts through wind. I have a spoiler on my face. I requested tonight, I was like, I don't need a stage, man. I'm not that type of comedian. My face isn't made for the stage. I need to be higher up on a mountain, You would tip, I'm up there, I'm looking stoic. Stoic. I'm having thoughts. Caucasia consists of 3 countries, right? There's Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan. I got to be lucky. I'm half Azerbaijani, half Armenian, which they hate each other. How lucky am I? Isn't God good? Yeah, me and my Armenian mother, we were in Azerbaijan, early 90s, during a time of great unrest. You all know what unrest is? Like when you're trying to rest, but you need the UN. So we fled. Is anybody here fled? Yeah? One last show, same thing. Woo! Yeah. Because the rest of you, posers. Bunch of fucking... Everyone's, I want to travel. I want to see the world. Flee. You like traveling so much? Flee. It's advanced. Traveling. I hate people that travel. You make me... I got here. I'm good. I don't need to go anywhere. I live in the best city in the world. All the people that travel come here. Don't really like them. I've seen Scandinavians. I've seen Australians. Get the fuck out of here. I don't like them. I only chose people who was like, y'all be cool with me being bigoted against. Nah, you good. Keep going. All right. I hate. Will you ever meet somebody that like travels? It's like a guy got a cup with a big ice thing. You know what I mean? Swirling. Yeah. Just came back from Thailand. For $10 there, you could live like a king. It's like, wow, you really happy with their economic collapse, huh? Yeah, as long as you're doing fine, right? You gotta ask people like that, like, oh, do you really like traveling or do you hate the age of consent? 30 plus years, me and my family have been in this country. It's changed us. It's changed our brain chemistry. We're fucking different. We're different. My mom, you know what she thinks the biggest problem in the U.S. is? Immigration. We're letting too many people in. I'm like, they let us in. But her whole thing is like, legally. It was legal. And that's not cool. Well, we were filling paperwork out, you know, going to a notary while shit was going. No, that's not cool, man. I want to be pushed on the inner tube. I want to climb a wall, man. Shoot at me. We boarded a Delta. We were at high altitudes. They gave us snacks. You know, we looked down by, you know. Nah, that shit's not cool. I want to feel dangerous, man. Now I imagine my mom, like, the way her views are, I imagine us coming to this country in a whole different way. I imagine her getting off the plane, walking through the airport, looking over at TSA like, that's it. Don't let any more in. It's only us. I don't blame my mom. You know, like, she was a single mother. She got caught in the propaganda. She's not like me. I don't have any kids. I'm 37, never been married before. I got time. I listen to books on the CIA. Anybody listening to books on the CIA? Yeah, I like to listen to books about the CIA and imagine that the CIA is listening to me listen to the book. Get a little horn. Oh. That's my 50 Shades of Grey, you know? You know you can't spell erotica without CIA. It's impossible. If you listen to any books about the CIA, you know back in the 1950s, right? In Guatemala, Guatemalans wanted to seize control over their own fruit production. They're just like, hey, just let us make money off the fruit that we grow here in our country. And the CIA went in there, massacred them, took down their democratically elected leader, did a coup, and then now Guatemalans are like, hey, we want to come to the U.S. and people here are like, get the fuck out of here, you Mexicans. Like, we wouldn't need to come if you just let us have some bananas, man. We just wanted some fucking bananas. Do you know that's what the term Banana Republic? That's what that is. That's what that means. It means a country run by like a commercial enterprise that just profits off of their resources. That shit is evil. But when we as Americans heard it's khakis. Khakis. That's because they want to always switch up the meaning on shit. Like, imagine in 50 years, motherfuckers are buying board shorts at a place called Gaza. Yeah. We will quickly forget. Yeah. We as immigrants, we forget that we were, even here in New York City, I live above a Yemen deli, right? And we know Yemen got Obama's drone striking them, Yeah. And then we as New Yorkers, we don't realize how traumatized the people making our sandwiches are. And we just come up to them on any given day. Hey, let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a Pop-Tart. The Aki way. That's why they always do that like long pause before they take our order. They just see all the horrible shit just that's ever happened in a flash. Sure. For a while, I didn't even know what the fuck was going on in the countries I was a part of. I didn't know what the fuck was going on there. I was just living in the United States 30 plus years until like some shit recently went down. I was just living here, just trying to be black. That's it. I was just doing my best. Just trying to be black, man. And I would hear things that were going on back home, but it'd be weird stuff, right? Like Azerbaijan banned Anthony Bourdain, right? And when I heard that, I was like, why? He was only a danger to himself. Don't say, because like some people don't even laugh at that. And then it's to say, he would have laughed at that. I believe he is in hell right now laughing at that. Also, you want to know why I think Anthony Bourdain is hell? Not because of the food is better in hell. The food is much better in hell. Then I heard this other story, right? About, you guys know that group System of a Down? They're an Armenian metal band, right? And they got mad at the Imagine Dragons. Oh, so you all know the Imagine Dragons? Yeah, they got mad at them because they were going to perform in Azerbaijan, and they were like, hey, if you perform there, it would be a way for you to legitimize an autocratic state with like this bad leader who throws his own people into prison when they speak up against him, and he doesn't, recognize the Armenian genocide. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard somebody deny a genocide. But that shit is like, I imagine it to be very Italian, right? I always imagine somebody going like, hey, come on. What genocide? I know Gino, he would never side. But then like, I'm kind of a dumb American. I'm like, man, you know what's worse than genocide? The Imagine Dragons. They fucking suck, right? Maybe I don't know anything about rock music. I know I do this show in this fucking place every week and this bunch of rock. I don't know shit about rock music. Maybe they are a good band. Maybe they are. I don't know much about rock music. I'm trying to get into rock music. I've been listening to like Pink Floyd. Y'all know Pink Floyd? Here's my thing with them. Why don't they ever just get to the fucking song? Just start the song, man. Like, I didn't need all of that. Just respect my time, Floyd. Like, there's a song they got called Money, right? And it starts out with like cash registers just banging up against it. And I'm like, I'm not a toddler, man. Just stop with the Fisher-Price bullshit. I want to hear the song. Then they got a song called Time. Oh my God. Alarm clock's going off. We get it. The sound is the song in the thing. We get it. Imagine if they made a song called Shit. Yeah, you can hear it, right? I don't need to do the sound effects for you. You hear it in your head how that would start. I'm more of a Billy Joel guy. You guys know Billy Joel, right? Yeah, straight Elton John. There's no more perfect description than that. Like, let's say you're like a bigoted cop that lives in Long Island, right? You're like, man, this piano rock's really gay. Billy Joel's your guy, man. I like Billy Joel because he's salt of the earth. That's what we need more of in our artists and our musicians. He's salt of the earth. He takes the Long Island Railroad to his sold-out shows at Madison Square Garden, a train to an arena that's salt of the earth. Now, it is because he has 12 DUIs. I think that might be a big reason as to why. In the early 2000s, he crashed his car into random shit 3 times, right? And when he was asked about it, he was like, look, it's not the alcohol. I was just really sad about 9/11. And I don't know if anybody here in this room has been so sad about 9/11 that they just never forget. I believe him when he says that was the reason, though, because I've been to his shows at Madison Square Garden, and something that he does is in between every song, he loves New York City so much that in between every couple of songs, he'll stop and he'll update you on the Mets and Yankees scores. He loves this city. That'd be like me. I'm more of a basketball fan, but after every punchline, like after every couple of punchlines, I just stop and be like, fourth quarter, Knicks are down by 10. Jalen Brunson just tore his ACL. Because Tom Thibodeau doesn't know anything about time management. He never listened to that Pink Floyd song. So I was hitting it from the back the other night. That was me getting back. That's in a universe where I do jokes about hitting it from the back. In this universe, I'm not doing jokes about hitting it from the back. I'm doing all that geopolitical bullshit. But in that universe, I'm doing jokes about hitting it from the back. And this is what I imagine it would sound like. So I was hitting it from the back the other night. But I'm so skinny, the back, it was hitting me. That might not be my brand of comedy. That's people more so saying, "Oh, Rufat's more like he's an honest comedian." He does more honest comedy. That's like been my thing. I'm always trying to be like fully transparent and vulnerable and honest, and it's changed my life in many different ways. One of them, I had to stop viewing pornography, incognito. I'm proud of my history, okay? I'm proud. My search history is like a cast iron skillet. Don't scrub it. I spent years getting that flavor. There's a lot of good stuff on there. I'm gonna pass that down to my family one day. Matter of fact, when I die, open browser funeral, right? There's my casket, right? You got your casket. Right next to it, my laptop, right? And both, right? Both work out visually because they both flip up, right? You know, you walk over, you look at me, right? You look at me, you see me, then you walk this way, you sit down, see what I saw. You know? Really get to know me. Because I want to look up from heaven, you know? I want to look down, and I want to see my family and loved ones like grieving, but also a little bit confused. You know, just, man, Rufat, he was a decent guy, man. He was decent. I did not know he was that in the feet, though, man. That was a lot. There's a lot of feet on that laptop, man. Oh, that's his work computer. Here's the beauty in that joke, right? I faked my death. I revealed to you my fetish, just so I can get a room full of people to believe that I have a job that gives me a laptop. Nah. I've never had a job give me technology before. Every job I've ever had has left me up to my own devices. I want to be witty sometimes, man. I can't be doing all this hitting it from the back material without being a little witty, man. John Mulaney, holler at me, man. I could be witty too. When I don't do this, I paint, man. That's what I make money doing. And some of you in your head, which it's so cute that some of you are like, oh man, he does comedy and he's an artist. That's crazy, man. That's why. No, my dad is not the dictator of Azerbaijan. I gotta work. I'm not doing 2 arts. I can't afford to live in this city off of 2 arts. No, I'm an interior painter. I paint inside of people's homes while they're working from home. Like, what is that? I don't get that. I've never seen them do anything there, you know? It's they you know, like I'm there in people's houses when they're on these like Zoom calls with their team, like they're athletes, you know? And then their team, we all know what their team is, right? Bunch of people that they would throw in front of a train. Yeah, I remember I was painting at this one guy's house. He was on a work call upstairs, and I'm painting, and he's up there, and he's like, "Hey, I just want to do a quick call out, really quick. So I just wanted to let everybody know it would be a very bad look if we hired a white person to edit this video we have that's about slavery. I just think that it would be a bad look for our company if we hired a white person to edit this video about slavery." And I was down there. I wanted to drop all of my belongings, run upstairs, bust through the door and be like, no. You should hire a white person to edit this video about slavery. You just shouldn't pay them. That's a perfect solution. You have little text on the video, made with free white labor. That's a perfect solution. See, I'm a solutions-based person because I work a job where every day I have to complete a task. And people that work from home, that fucks with their head because they're like, wait, you don't have to like circle back? Like, no. This person wants a brown accent wall in their house. And now they got a dog shit square They're not getting their deposit back ever. I just fucked their whole shit up. And then they start to feel sorry for me. They try to find something that's good about, people that work from home. They try to find the positive things. Oh, but your job must be so therapeutic. No, your standards for therapy are low. I do manual labor. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm taking back the jobs that the immigrants took from us. What are you all doing? Huh? And I'm working class, but I'll tell you this. I still believe that the people with the hardest jobs, athletes. Okay, some people are confused. Some people are confused because you bought into that lie. You bought into, they get paid millions of dollars to bounce a ball. But what people with regular jobs like you and I don't factor in is there's another person getting paid millions of dollars to stop them from bouncing that ball. They have defenders, world-class defense. We're not up against that. While you're in your spreadsheet, no one else is like logging in and just highlighting every column. Not in my house, bitch. Get that weak shit out of here. No. That'd be like if I came into one of my jobs, right, and I was about to paint a wall and there was an immigrant in front of it, like, come on, man. I love Mexicans. Oh, you're Guatemalan, damn. My bad. I work manual labor. I work hard. I work 10-hour days sometimes, and then I gotta go and do this shit. I gotta go and do this. And this isn't a respected art form. This isn't. I know that this isn't a respected art form because after every show, there'll always be one guy that comes up to me, just like, hey, man, I saw you do your thing up there tonight. I'm actually thinking about doing it myself. Appreciate it. Thanks for letting me know that what you saw tonight looks doable. I've only sacrificed everything. I wish I did something more respectful like ceramics, That's the good shit, Like no one ever sees somebody on a potter's wheel and just nudges their friend like, that shit looks easy, right? I wish I had some fucking clay right now, man. That's on me. That shit is easy. No, because people respect that. People respect it. Has anybody here ever been to the Met? Come on. My audiences go to the Met, right? What do lost civilizations leave behind for us? Plates, cups, vases. Not one Kevin Hart DVD is at the Met. This isn't respected. And a lot of you are here tonight because, again, you bought into another lie. Be real. Oh, laughter's the best medicine. We all know it's Oxycontin. Come on. No one's sucking dick and abandoning their family for laughter. This shit is not that good. Also, what an out-of-touch thing to say. Laughter is the best medicine when the one human common experience that we've all shared is being sick. And we all know what sick people like. Soup. And what do you eat that out of? A bowl. Back to ceramics. The apex of all creativity. I'm getting older, man. I need to find a purpose. 37, I want to have a kid. I want to give birth. That's been my shit, man. I've been really thinking about giving birth. Just so no woman has anything to hold over my head. You know? It's like, nah, I did all the work, man. You were in there fucking watching Love is Blind, some shit on an island. You bitch. Which, let's be for real. It's okay to call a woman a bitch if you're having her baby. It's fine. It's permissible at that point. Because everyone associates giving birth with women. But let's be real. It's the manliest thing you can fucking do, right? You ever seen a woman give birth? Oh, get the fuck out right now. Get the fuck out. I'm like, are we at a Limp Bizkit concert? What's going on? Why are you acting like this? Why are you being so toxic, lady? You know that's toxic behavior because they would never allow that at a Planet Fitness. You gotta get out. You getting water everywhere. You gotta go. I also want to give birth to spite my mother. She sounds a little shitty, right? Like she needs to be put in her place. Yeah, I want to get back at her, man. Because, like, every time I complain about my life, like, things are hard for me, you know, things are challenging. She's like, you haven't given. I gave birth to you in the USSR. She'll lift her shirt. These are Soviet stretch marks. They look different, you know? Staples are this big out there. And how good would it be if, like, this Christmas, I was at Christmas dinner and was like, actually, I gave birth. It was all right. It was fine. I don't know what you were. Oh, you want to meet your grandson? Hey, Junior, come on down. 4 months old, he can already walk. Look at that. That is a man baby right there. Still got his balance. Doctors do say he's gonna die by the time he's 8, though. Yeah. Because I didn't have enough nutrients in my womb, and I don't lactate, so we just been giving him protein powder. You know what I mean? Come on, do a pull-up for me, Junior. Come on, do a pull-up. I want you all to imagine a baby with the life expectancy of a French bulldog, right? Getting it. Putting in work. See what you made me do? You wanted me to be responsible? This is what you get. He's eating drywall now. This is what Trump wanted the whole time. I can't have a kid because I'm not in love, man. No, really. That's what activates the sperm. Love. No one's ever had a baby with somebody they didn't love. How cute is that, right? That's what it should be. That's how you know God does not exist. I want to find love, I do, but I do realize I'm, you know, existence is a prison, and I mean, it is. It is. You don't get to choose where you're born, your socioeconomic status, who your parents are, none of that. You're just fucking stuck. And a lot of people say, I want a soulmate. No. What we're looking for is a cellmate. Someone to hunker down with, fucking get you a nice little shank, you know? When they're asleep, you're on the top bunk trying not to get caught jerking, you know? That's love, you know? And I'm about to say something very hacky, and you shouldn't let most comedians get away with it, but It's hard dating in Brooklyn, man. It is. Come on, guys. That's the applause break. They gave me an applause break on the shittiest thing I said. I've been cooking this whole time. Nah, dating in Brooklyn is hard. I hate you all. That's so stupid. No, but it is. It is. Because when you're dating women in Brooklyn, there's two sides to one coin, right? There's native New Yorkers, right? You got your native New Yorkers, women that were born and raised here their whole life. And my longest relationship was with a native New Yorker. And trust me, I noticed you cannot be vulnerable around these women. You cannot be vulnerable around them. I was vulnerable around her one time. I came. I remember she stood over me and she was like, yeah, son, I did that. That's my dick. Now wipe yourself off. You look goofy. I don't know if, post-coitus, you want to be embraced. And then you got, the other side of the coin? Transplants, right? People that come from like the rural Midwest in a conservative little town, they get to the big city and they feel the need, they gotta be liberal, they gotta be over liberal to everybody, right? Here, read this article. I wrote that article. And then you try to you start doing the math about their life. You start noticing things. You start doing the math and you're like, oh, wait, hold up. You have a 1-bedroom studio loft, but you work at a nonprofit. You don't make any profit? How can you afford this? And then you're like, whoa, what did you just say? Your dad made a ton of money off the war in Iraq? You got mad at me the other day about drinking through a plastic straw. Your father has a pipeline through Kuwait. That's a much longer straw. It's a long straw. So I like the long distance thing, man. I love a good long distance relationship. Especially as a man on the East Coast. You find your girl that's in a different time zone, a couple hours back. Get into a little argument, you know what I mean? She brings up some old shit. You get to just be like, nah, it makes sense that you would say that because you do live in the past. Perfect. Works every time. Yeah. My last girlfriend, Christian woman in Dallas. Very Christian. Did not believe in evolution. That shit is sexy. I never knew I would be that turned on by a woman that does not fuck with Darwin. And I loved her. I loved this woman. It felt like I naturally selected her. But we just couldn't see eye to eye on things, man. Like, she viewed my life differently from Dallas, you know? She looked at my life and she was like, you're in your mid-30s. You know, you've dedicated your whole life to being this famous comedian, Mr. Rufat, the famous comedian. You know? You don't own any property. You're not in a place in your life where you want to have children. Like, you're in your mid-30s. Like, I thought you would want to do better. And then the whole time I was like, it sounds like you want me to evolve. Why can't you just accept the way God made me? Broken. I would never let religion or somebody's faith stop me from dating them. I'll date a Christian woman. I'll date a Muslim woman. Islam, waslam. There's always gonna be a little lam, okay? I remember I saw this beautiful Muslim woman, right? She was wearing a hijab, Nike hijab. Has anybody ever seen these Nike hijabs? They're made for athletes, more breathable so the prayers can get in and out. And I remember she was so beautiful. I walked up to her. I was very respectful. I was like, hey, I seen you sitting over here. I was just wondering if I could take you out for some coffee sometime. And she was like, I'm sorry, but my religion forbids the practice of dating. So I backed up, right? But then she leaned in and she was like, but Allah aside, still a hard no. So it's not God. Okay, I get it. Okay. But I like that. I like honesty out of the women that I date. Don't stop lying to me and building up my ego. Even if you're dirty talking to me, keep it real. Be honest with me. Don't take me out of the moment. Like I was in the throes of passion, right? Have you guys been in the throes? Some intense stuff. And I remember this woman, she blurted out, she was like, this is the biggest dick I've had. And I looked at her like, but then she continued and she was like, in a while. And I was like, yes. That's what I like, a good courtroom answer, Less dirty talk, more clever defense is what I like. You know about that, Rufat. You know about that, Rufat. Because I like how specific she was with size, but how broad she was with time. Right? Because she could have had a dick way bigger more recently. But this big, in a while. Because I know something about myself. It's this big. It's not that big. No. I will say, it is long. It's long. But it's thin, okay? It's thin, and it's sharp. It's very sharp. And I know what some of you are thinking. It's like a needle. More nail file, okay? Because it's got some grit. Over the years, I've built up some grit. I got some grit on there. So I'm not beating it up, but I'm sanding it down. Yeah, keep it honest during the dirty talk. I can't do role play. I'm not the guy for that. I take things way too seriously. I'm very literal, Like if somebody were to if a woman were to role play with me, I'd have to sit her down the next week and be like, look, remember that thing we did last week? I'm applying for medical school. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It would start to get in between our relationship. She tried to, and can you not right now? I'm studying for the MCAT. Thought you could fuck me in some scrubs? And it not change my life completely? I'm about to be the next Ben Carson. Neurosurgeon and bigot Ben Carson. Hey, he might be a bigot, but he did unconjoin some twins. Comic praises Ben Carson in his first release. It would eat away at our, my whole thing, the role play thing would eat away at our whole relationship. She'd break up with me, and to get back at me, she'd start dating a guy that can walk again. Y'all know about these people? Yeah, I said these people. Yeah, people that can walk again. They hate doctors, man. They hate, You've seen their interviews before, right? You've seen their testimonials. Every testimonial with these people is the same, right? The doctor said that I could never walk again. That's what they said. But look at me now. Walking. You ever notice there's never a doctor in that interview with them? There's never one present. Because if there was, they'd be like, we never said that. I never said that. I operated on you. I fused your weak fucking spine back together. I spent a decade plus medical school, residencies. It tore up every fucking relationship I had. I'm alone because I love this shit. And here you are, not even on a national, on a local channel, on a fucking NBC 4, throwing dirt on my name. Keep talking shit, and I'll make sure you never walk again. Again. Hell yeah, I love doctors. I love doctors. We gotta get out of here. Not the show, just New York, man. We gotta get out of New York City. The shit isn't the same anymore since the pandemic hit, right? It's a totally different city. It operates differently. You could tell by the food, man. You go out to a restaurant, the hostess doesn't even acknowledge you, you know, because she's got dozens of DoorDash orders, you know? You came in to eat, she's not even paying attention to dozens of DoorDash orders because some motherfucker down the street couldn't come and pick up his fucking food. You didn't cook the food. Pick the shit up. Pick the fucking food up. Now you got 12 undocumented workers in motorcycle helmets. They're wearing motorcycle helmets to get on a bicycle, a regular bicycle, with a Tesla car battery, okay? 80 miles an hour against traffic, right? One of them dies. One of them dies. But then he responds. Because God won't let an immigrant die until they finish the order. Yeah, they don't make the food with love here anymore, right? No one's being nice. No one's, you want me to fix you a plate? You want a little bit extra? Nope. No one's even making you anything. Everything is just build your bowl. Right now, build your fucking, hurry the green protein. Go. You know, and you don't know what to get, so you get a pre-made. Oh, let me get the Santa Fe. You know, you don't even know. You don't even know what that is. That's just, they give you a bowl of corn. They give it to you in that brown fucking, you know, in that brown fucking thing. Then they got the nerve to say, you want a piece of bread? It's just like a little tumor from a mastectomy. Yes, that's what anybody not living in New York, that's all. Don't come here looking for a culinary experience. All it is bowl in your whole bullshit. That's all it is. That's all we're eating out here. You know what I mean? Nothing's being made with love because the food doesn't get you sleepy. When food is made with love, it gets you sleepy. No. These places, these bowl places, they got too much of an arugula base. Yeah, because they were created by Fortune 500 companies so their employees don't fall asleep during Zoom meetings. Yeah, it's corporate slop, rations for corporate people. Why do you think every time your company, if you work at one of these evil places, why do you think every time, like, what do you guys want from Sweet Green today? We're ordering from Sweet Green. I dare one of you one day to just be like, I don't want Sweet Green. I don't want it. I want a rack of ribs, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese. And they're like, we're sorry, we're just gonna have to give you Oxycontin. It'll have the same effect. I love leaving this city. I don't like to travel, but my favorite activity is like, I like to get in my car and I like to drive an hour out, gas station off an exit. How good is a gas station in a rural town? You're getting more bang for your buck. At a gas station in a rural town, I can get a big-ass coffee. A big-ass coffee. I live in Bed-Stuy. The place right down the street from me, 8 ounces, $6. No. In a rural town, gas station, 32 ounces, $1.75. I would have gave you $2. But here, you can get these 7 dimes and a nickel. Yeah, man, and the coffee, if you, that much coffee in a cup, it sounds different, you know? It's in there sloshing, just banging up against the walls, you know what I mean? And they don't have oat milk at those places. You know what they got. Reese's, Pieces, creamer. Yeah. Yeah. It's in a fucking pump. You got. It's too thick. You can't pour it. You can't pour it. It's in like a body wash shampoo. My coffee's clean now. Yeah. That's their way of letting you know, like, you're not in New York anymore. We got real cows that make real milk, and we're giving them candy. We're giving these cows candy. Imagine a fucking cow sugar high on the pasture, just milk me right now. Milk me. And I'm not doing this. That's a impression of a female cow. That's a female cow. We all know those type of women, right? Milk me right now. I've dated them. You know what else I love about gas stations? Knockoff chargers, man. Right? How good is a knockoff charger, right? Your phone's at 4%. It'll keep it at 4%. Yeah. Yeah. It's less of like a charger. It's more of a neutralizer. Yeah. And I like them when they're like long, right? You got 16-footer, braided, LED light strip. Some of them come with like a little belt, like a little buckle, you know? Got a good weight to it. Just put it in. iPhone does not recognize this accessory. We've all done this. Yeah, you do. Sickos. You all are sick. Gas stations, they tell you about a country. Like, they can tell you about the state of your nation, right? Me and my brother, we were driving through West Virginia. We stopped to get some gas. And around that time, they had this thing called the One Chip Challenge, right? It's one chip. It's the world's hottest chip, right? It's made out of Carolina Reaper. And you know something is hot when the pepper sounds like a Marvel character that's Confederate, right? And they also, the chip was blue. So like you would eat it, you know, and you were letting everybody know you were pro-cop, right? It's a wild thing. It's a wild thing. They sold this chip. And the wild thing about it was at that time, West Virginia had a total ban on abortion. Complete ban. No abortions. For the women in this audience, you don't think that's crazy? That there was a time in this country where you couldn't get an abortion, but you could buy the world's hottest chip? And I've done the One Chip Challenge. Ladies, if you're pregnant, it will kill your fetus. Just wanted to leave you all on a choice hack.